Okay. Hi guys, it's me. I'm wanting to run through the last part of our class last Friday, okay? So I hope you get a chance to watch this video in your own time so that we can make the most of our next lesson. I'm just going to scroll down and see where we left things at. Okay, so in this class, we were discussing food waste, okay? Some of the things that we were aiming for were these ones, working on our interaction skills, vocabulary, and also, especially for Prado, to be including some of these other things, okay? So if we keep going down, we scroll down, we scroll down, we scroll down. I think we're up to here. So let's see if I can get through some of this. So I understand there are people, now this is a big one. Yeah, there are people who need, and we need to make this red, and I'm terribly sorry, but it does have to be red, I'm afraid. Be careful with this one. You know, people is an irregular plural, and it refers to more than one person. And it's not uncountable. We definitely do have the ability to count people. One person, 5 million people. That's an example. So there are people who need the food in other parts of the world, and okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but okay, works well. We've been working interruptions here. Still not sure who said this. Food has a very short life. We cannot send food abroad when maybe there are many people that need our food waste. So I suppose we need to find a way to organize an infrastructure. And often with this word, what we often have the word stress on the wrong syllable, infrastructure or infrastructure. Sí, de hecho es infrastructure. Some people say infrastructure or infrastructure. No, bueno, esa es la primera. Infrastructure. Oh my God, it's a complicated word to pronounce, even for someone who is used to pronouncing in English. Infrastructure. So we're definitely going to have that ch here at the end, okay, like the one we have in nature or in future, infrastructure, okay, and we're definitely going to have an here as an up, so bear that in mind. And the other main issue that we have is what I mentioned at first, which is the word stress. So infrastructure. To send the food waste to homeless. I think here we'd probably want to go in with possessive adjective, and we also probably want to try to avoid repeating food waste 4 times within the same paragraph. So food has a very short life. We cannot send food abroad. This works very well. I think this was probably Prado, I'm guessing, when maybe there are many people that need our food waste, or that we could say need those leftovers, yeah, to provide a different word. So I suppose we need to find a way to organize an infrastructure to send our food waste, or here we could say our leftover food. Yeah, I know it looks the same, but it's not the same, because here we're saying leftovers, which is a noun. Here we're going with leftover adjective and then the word food, leftover food, to homeless people who live close to us. Okay, I guess this is the problem, and this is the main goal in our society. So instead of using problem, we could say the issue, and we might even say the issue at hand, como el problema concreto que tenemos, el problema con el que al que nos estamos enfrentando, ¿vale? I see your point and I agree with it. Okay. Okay, here it would be really good to reconfirm why. Because, as, since, and then paraphrase main idea, our partner has said. this could be, as an example, and I agree with it, as the transport of implies air pollution, implies expenses plus air pollution. To faraway places. Oh, I'm going here full hog, and I may be complicating it in extreme, but we can always take bits out if you find it too difficult. So the transport of food to faraway places implies expenses. Contributing to pollution. ¿Vale? Aquí tenemos un noun. Aquí tenemos un noun phrase, contributing to pollution. And also using and also a time lapse, ¿vale? Podríamos decir a time lapse. Time lapse means como que pasa el tiempo. Time lapses, que pasa el tiempo. Una especie de derroche de tiempo. Una demora. And also a time lapse, which means food may no longer be edible when it reaches its destination. Bueno, aquí ya nos metemos en una respuesta, ¿vale? Aquí nos metemos en una respuesta muy completa, muy bien formulada, ¿vale? En lugar de because hemos dicho as, podríamos también haber puesto since. Hemos puesto the transport of food, podríamos haber dicho food transport, pero bueno, los dos funcionan muy bien. Faraway places, aquí hemos hecho un compound noun un poco más complejo, lugares lejanos, ¿vale? Hemos usado el verbo implies, ¿vale? Conlleva, y luego hemos incluido una lista, expenses, contributing to pollution, and a time lapse. Este también era un compound noun que era muy específico para esto. Which means, aquí hemos cambiado de imply, implica, y aquí conlleva, ¿vale? Tenemos dos verbos distintos. Food may no longer be edible when it reaches its destination. Okay. Y aquí otra cosa que funciona, something which works very well here is the word edible. Something which is edible is something which can be consumed. Yeah? Edible means it is apt for consumption. Okay, and so this was a word which was specific to this theme that we are dealing with, which has to do with food waste. Although we have also cans. Careful with this one. Well, we have also have, can't see, we also have, we also have to keep your adverbs before the main verb as much as possible. Before main verb, but after the verb to be, especially when we're going for that mid-sentence place. We also have cans in our supermarket, and the final date, the expiry date. Here, this person sort of come up with it. Expiry date. The expiry date, we don't really say final date. En todo caso sería for consumption, final date for consumption. It kind of sounds a little bit sort of end of the world, tragic kind of sort of a dramatic thing, the final date for blah, blah, blah. So expiry date, yeah, or use by date, yeah, and that's another. And we also have another term, which is best before date, okay, so. But anyway, used by, expiry date, these are two very typical terms. They would work extremely well in this context, and we would definitely benefit from knowing them if we were going to do a speaking task which is related to food waste. The final or the final day is very short. Well, Now, we can't really do this because if we say that a day is short, it's like kind of like winter when, you know, daylight, you know, it sort of ends at 5 p.m. That is the kind of connotation that we're putting across. So here we want to talk about the expiry date, the use by date. We might just say is very close. We might say it's very close in time. Therefore, these are products which go off very quickly. I'm thinking fruit, for example, vegetables, okay? Here we had a phrasal verb which would have been very, very effective to cover this theme. When something goes off, it's no longer apt for consumption. Se ha echado a perder, okay? To go off. We'll go with food. Food goes off. Estropearse, caducarse. Yeah, that's the sense we've got here. Which go off very quickly. These are products which go off very quickly many times, so we could easily send them to them. Vale, creo que aquí hemos querido decir que las latas tienen un expiry date which is quite ample. So yeah, so it's not very close in time. In this case, it is as they have long shelf life. Long shelf life, vale? This is really what we're wanting to say here with cans, yeah? That's what we're referring to. Cans, yeah, have long. So this is basically what we are saying if the final day is very short, okay? This was our translation, but what we really need is to talk about expiry date, use by dates, which are far in the future. So have a long shelf life, the expiry date is further into the future. Sounds a bit strange. Is more ample, we might say. Okay. The only thing is here we are going into donating food, which is fine. We're not really going into waste, okay? Because if we're talking about a product like a canned tomatoes, for example, and you have, I don't know, a year to use them, they're not really food waste. This is something that you probably wouldn't consider giving away unless you are intentionally, you've decided to make a donation to a cause. So this is kind of going off topic, okay? So you have to be careful here with this type of thing. Yeah, and I'm just going to make a little note. Yeah, we're going off topic if we do this, okay? We're going off topic. These are products which go off very quickly many times. So here I'm going to change this so that it makes sense with the sentence that I created before. We talk about things which go off very quickly. Products which go off very quickly, many times. We can't easily send them. Yeah. Send them to anyone. Bueno, we need to kind of reconsider this whole sentence, this whole paragraph. I'm not sure who said this. It would be interesting to go back and actually talk to this person. So with these ones, I sort of just cross that off and end it here, okay? And if we wanted to give it a different meaning, we'd need to sort of reassess what we're trying to say, make sure that it's on topic, yeah, that it's in line with the main message that we want to put forward, and that we're looking at food waste, okay? not necessarily donations. That's why obviously donations with imperishable goods like things like sugar and oil and stuff like that, which have a very, very long shelf life, that's why those are preferred products for charities, yeah, and NGOs, because they can ship these products to other places, even Africa, places which are far away, and these products are still going to be good. They're still going to be edible. Okay, so we move on, and whoever said this, if they want to come back here, you just bring it up in class and we can look through it and see if we can rephrase and capture the meaning that you're trying to put across. I will be very happy to help you. For now, I'm moving on. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, but regarding another point in the list, it's how or what we have to do before doing the shopping. Yeah, so remember the ready-made expressions, you do the shopping or you go shopping. So regarding do before doing the shopping or before going shopping. Okay, these are the two expressions we have. You do the shopping or you go shopping. Yeah, but you don't do the shop. So careful with that one. Have you thought about it? Your habit, about the point of what we should do. Here, you don't really need this, just about what we should do before doing the shopping. Have a feeling this is David. Do you do something special? Check the fridge before doing the shopping, or make a list, but you don't take a look in your fridge, or what are your habits? Careful with this one. That's another red one. Be careful there, please. What are your habits? Yeah. I'm curious, not of, but regarding. I'm curious about the opinion. I'm much better if we go with regarding, please. I'm curious regarding the opinion. That this point is hugely important. I'm curious regarding, instead of the opinion, you might say the fact that this point is hugely important, or I'm curious regarding the importance you are behind this point, because when you go shopping, very good, go shopping without anything thought at all. We just go with in mind, yeah, without anything in mind, yeah. You just buy, and it's highly possible that you finally, very good, it's highly possible that, very good, here we're going with some speculation, making it a bit different. You finally end up, very good, you end up with, that's a good use of the phrasal verb, with many, instead of waste food, we're going for uncountable, and instead of waste food, you might say wasted food, but in general, food waste. Which much food waste in the fridge. Another way of going about this, if we want to avoid repeating food waste, with much food that will be wasted or that will go off. Yeah, that's another potential way of going about this. In my case, I have an app and I decide which menu I'm going to follow, and I just follow this menu to buy the different ingredients. Love that. That worked very well, and that was bravo. You have to cook and not just buy. If you have to cook, I think there's an if missing from, and this was probably my fault. If you have to cook and not just buy for yourself, you have to cook for your daughter, for example. If you just have to cook, you have to cook for your daughter, for example. It depends on the group of people. Bueno, aquí podemos poner it's different, ¿vale? A lo mejor me falta aquí alguna cosilla. It's different if. Voy a agregarlo para que tenga un poco más de sentido. It's different if you have to cook and not just buy for yourself. You have to cook for your daughter, for example. So it depends. Make sure that we do have the it's here. This is definitely a red flag in these ones, okay? on the group of people who are involved. And this here we're going again with the is and are and people, and it just shows that we have this is a red flag with people. People are involved in that meal. For example, I'm living in Madrid, so I have my own schedule, my own scheme to, okay. Alfonso, sorry to interrupt you. Make sure you don't go with interrupt. Yeah, make sure you definitely do a Spanish here, interrupt you. Okay, were I in your shoes? Yeah, were I in your shoes? I wouldn't do anything special before going shopping. Yeah, to the shop, but going shopping. Yeah, you go ing to talk about the activity. You go cycling, you go swimming, you go running, you go shopping. Yeah, but you go to the shop. Yeah, to do the shopping. This is the same deal. Yeah, go to the shop, and this is the name of the place. And for whatever do you go to the shop? To do the shopping. It could also be to do the grocery shopping, and that's you're specifying that you're buying food. Yeah, but normally to do the shopping, we understand that as food. Yeah, and this is all the same as saying go shopping. Yeah, no preposition in between, so careful there. I wouldn't do anything special before going shopping. Although I'm just going to remove that. In my case, I really need it. It's crucial, but in your case, it's okay. I can be more original because I'm on my own. I'm the only one. So I think with original means like no one copies you. I think you want to go more with creative. Yeah, there is a slight difference here. Original means you're not copying anybody, and creative means you are finding new ways to do things. And I do believe that this is more in line with what you're trying to describe here. Yeah. Bravo gave me ideas about being original, yeah, about being, we might say creative in the kitchen, yeah, for example. So that's what I was saying, yeah. We could keep this just being creative, yeah, being more imaginative maybe, yeah. Okay, I suppose you were asking for our case. So here we've got asking for, and we've also got asking about. This is probably David here. We're going to talk about this. So no preposition if you ask a question. So when you're wanting to receive information of some sort, you go with ask for something. When, yeah, here you want to know something. Okay. In this one, you want something. First one, you might want to know something, or it might be sort of indirect, like can I have some water? So that's kind of indirect. Yeah, I'm actually asking a question like I want to know something, but indirectly, what is it that I'm wanting? You know that what I'm wanting is not to know whether I can have water or not. It's more about, can you bring me water? So in this case, it's a bit more subtle, okay? But if we go literally with ask and then a question, the result that we get, why is that not changing? The result that we get is that we are literally asking someone to find out about something. Yeah, if we take it literally, that's what we're doing. However, if we include the preposition for, yeah, we are being very direct in the fact that we want something. We want somebody to give us something. Yeah. Or else we are wanting, if we're asking for somebody, in the case of somebody, it means we want this person's attention. Yeah. We want somebody to come out and talk to us. And yeah, it's someone's attention in the case of a person. Yeah. And the last one, if we go with ask about, yeah, and I'm going to make that in capitals there. You ask about something or somebody, it means you want information regarding something. Yeah. So this is This is sort of the way it works. I'm not sure if there's anything else I should be mentioning here. I think this is relatively complete. So you were asking, I suppose that you were asking about our case because we have our daughter. So I suppose you don't have this problem. This is not a big deal. Yeah. Because do you cook for yourself or do you have to cook for anyone apart from yourself? Yeah. Okay. And we would again need to use the reflexive here because, and you very well put it here at the start, David. Yeah, because it's the same person who is cooking for the same person. So it's same subject and object. Same person who cooks as the person who benefits from the cooking. Yeah. So we need to include the reflexive here. Each of us, let's try not to repeat the subject. Yeah. Each of us eat our own food in the dinner. I would beg you guys to try to go with at dinner, at lunch, at breakfast. Yeah. Because when we're saying here at dinner, it's kind of like we're saying at dinner time. That is sort of the implication. And also because we use at with events. Yeah. At is something that we use with events. So for example, a wedding. Yeah. And also meals. Yeah. At meals, at breakfast, dinner. Yeah. We also use at with times. Yeah. And so it sort of works in the same way. Dinner time. A la hora de cenar, ¿no? En el momento de hacer esto, ¿qué es lo que pasa? ¿Vale? So if we look at it in this way as an event, as dinner as an event, or as dinner as a time of day, both of them fit in more nicely with at, okay? So we eat our own food at dinner. We're going to take the dinner. So yes, we organize it. Each of us eat our own food at dinner. Just that we have our own dinner. We have our own dinner. That would be what would work there. So yes, we organize ourselves in this way. We organize ourselves. So with organize, we are a little bit more limited than we are in Spanish. In Spanish, nos organizamos, te organizas. There's a lot of mete, se going on in Spanish. We don't have this in English. In English, you organize something. Yeah. You can also organize something so that somebody, and then a clause. So I'll give you an example. We organize things so that we each prepare our own meal. Yeah, for example. So here, yeah, I would just kind of change it, make it a bit simpler. We do things in this way, okay, which is another way of going about things. But remember, we don't do this, okay? We don't actually, not with the reflexives, okay? So just be careful about that one. The situation changed when the situation changed. This is in the past. When here we'd have to go with went to live to Madrid, okay? And I'm going with to here because it's related to the verb go. Yeah, you could put it the other way around and you would see that it wouldn't work. If we say I went in Madrid to live, yeah, you know that it doesn't work. But the fact that you put the infinitive of purpose here in between has kind of made things a bit less clear, okay? So what you might want to do in these cases is put the subject, the verb, and when it's a movement verb, put the destination. I went to Madrid, I went to London, I went to Gibraltar, whatever, and then include your infinitive of purpose. Why did you go there? What was the purpose? What was the thing that motivated you? It was to live. Yeah, we went there to do this. I went there to live there. So Putting it the other way around, you're never going to get your preposition confused here, preposition of place, because you know that after go, we use to, okay? You had it here in using the going to form, so I'm not so sure as to whether you were wanting to put this in the past or in the future. We'd need to revise that, okay, if this is not what you were trying to say. So I went to live to Madrid or wherever, but yes, okay. Maybe you're going here for a speculation. The situation would change or would be different. The situation changed when I went to live. Bueno, a lo mejor sí, hablando de cuando me fui a vivir a tal sitio, a tal otro, sí que la cosa cambiaba. But yes, I have a lot of time. I have to improvise regarding cooking. Very good. I like this. Improvise regarding something. This works very well. And being confident with using regarding is one of those things which really just takes your English to another level. Okay, it makes it a lot more polished, a lot more elegant. So I do invite you to try to include regarding into your speaking as much as possible. It works very well. And then regarding something, knowing that after regarding, we need a noun. If we're going to place a verb, the verb needs to go in the shape, in the form of a noun. So the verb will have to take ing form. That is also something which really helps. Okay, so that worked well there. So all in all, either way, we have come to a conclusion that technology and companies are crucial in saving food. Bueno, saving food. No sé si podemos usar ahorrar, save food. Save has a lot to do with not spending. Here you are wanting to give it the meaning of not using or not wasting, more specifically not wasting. And I don't think saving can help to transmit that idea, because that idea is actually a little bit complicated. So I think the best way to go about things here would definitely just go with not wasting. Yeah, they are crucial in not wasting food. Yeah. And as citizens, we can also collaborate, being aware of the situation. Yeah. And you can also say developing awareness of the situation. Yes, and finding a way. I'm guessing this is going to be your subject, yeah, of some verb which will follow. Yes, and finding a way of organizing. Oh, finding a way of organization. And here we might just like kind of elaborate a little bit more. Finding a way to manage. Porque encontrar una forma de organizarte para encontrar una forma de gestionar, hay muchos encontrar, ¿vale? So let's try not to pile up the finds. Yeah, finding a way of organization, finding a way to manage, or establishing a way, identifying a way, maybe to try to avoid the find, identifying a way to manage. Manage this, maybe manage something, and be able to send the food waste to homeless people or people with needs. And here we talked about this already, which is the noun that we use is people in need. Yeah, people in need. That's what we say. People in need, homeless people, bueno, people who have who are living in poverty, etc. Yeah. I think this is the main problem and the main goal. A while ago, each of us, and this is definitely one of my typos. Let me just remove that. Each of us prepared our home when we prepare our own dinner. Creo que aquí querías decir our own. Creo que esto ha sido una cosa de pronunciación. Prepare our own. When we prepare our own dinner. Bueno, esto no tengo 100% claro aquí qué era en justo esta última frase. Ya se acaba esto. Pero bueno, sí que entré a hablar de take dinner, prepare dinner. Os disteis cuenta. Take dinner es que coges algo de comer y te lo llevas, ¿vale? That is the sense of take. Coges y te lo llevas, yeah? And prepare dinner is essentially it's saying cook dinner, yeah? Cook dinner. yeah, or make dinner. That's essentially what we're saying with prepare dinner. There's another way of going about this to say get dinner ready. Yeah, so quite a few synonyms here to help you. Well, I think that's enough for today. I've been raving on here for over half an hour. I'm glad that I was able to finish this up. I hope that you're able to watch this video in your own time, and I can't always promise to do videos outside of class time, but periodically or occasionally I will try to do so in order to maximize the time that I spend with you in class. Okay, well, all for now. I hope to see you again soon. I hope to see you tomorrow, Friday, in the case of this group. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.